Hello, we're going to make a video, and this video will demonstrate how you can run a simple graphical program called gedit on the ECE Teaching Lab platform. I'm also going to throw in a little bit of instruction on how you can run multiple programs from the same shell login session. So anyway, since this application should just run, this is a good way to test that your x2go application is working correctly. This demonstration also provides a good demonstration of how you can use the x2go gateway to run other applications on other computers. Okay, let's get started. And actually, let me log in and get back to this point so you can see that. Right now I'm in the x2go session, but I'm going to log off. Okay, we actually loaded x2go on the machines in a previous video, and this is what we had. We had an x2go icon. You can also get to the x2go application by clicking on the start flag and dragging all the way down, clicking on x2go client for Windows, and then click on x2go client. Okay, I'm going to use the desktop icon, and it comes up, and here's the x2go session we made in the previous video that connects to the x2go ECE x2go server. So we're going to go ahead and log in. And it will go, sometimes it takes a second to actually do the login. Once the login's done though, it runs fine, has good response time. And mind you, I'm running over a very slow DSL line, and I have my Cisco AnyConnect software, which you can get from software.lehigh.edu. Okay, this screen here is showing the screen that I get back from the ECE x2go server, and so I'm going to you can drag this screen and make it bigger, give yourself a little bit more real estate. Okay, so now I'm going to run a terminal. I actually put it on the desktop, and again you can see that in the last video. I'll do the selections on the screens to get the terminal. Now you also get a mate terminal up here on the application bar out of the box. That'll work too. Okay, now I always like to hold down the control and the shift and hit the plus, and that makes that terminal bigger. Sometimes it takes a second for the terminal to actually explode out a little bit, but it'll increase the size. If you hold down the control shift and hit the plus sign, it'll increase the size of the text and make it a little bit easier to read, especially for this video. Okay, now I'm on the ECE x2go server, which is basically a gateway machine. You can't really run any applications from the ECE x2go server. Excuse me. But what we do is we travel over to a server that you can run applications from. And to see what those servers are, we'll just review that real quickly. I'll open the web browser, and I'll go to ECE Teaching Labs.cc.lehigh.edu. and I'll click on computing, and if I go to Teaching Lab Linux platform, this page here will show you the different servers that we have and describe a little bit about what operating system is on them. Typically for a given class, you'll be told to use a specific set of servers. Okay, we'll close that. Okay, we're going to go, I'm just going to choose one at random. So I'm going to secure shell, SSH, that stands for secure shell, -X. I'm going to say use the X protocol. This is what allows the graphical screens to come back to the x2go server, which will do frame buffering, which will make your response time quick. -L, and then put in my user ID, and then ECE-server 08. I'm choosing a server kind of at random. .cc.lehigh.edu. and I'll go ahead and hit enter. And since it's the first time I'm connecting to the ECE-server 08 server from the x2go server, it's asking if I will accept the public half of an encryption key, and the answer is yes. This will allow encryption to take place, and now I put in my password. Now you won't see that question about the encryption keys come back once you've logged into the server, because it will then have the public half of the encryption key. You can see after I typed in my password, I got my $ prompt. Now I'm going to run a program called gedit, and you're going to see a message come back on the terminal screen. You can ignore that message. There is something you can set to get rid of it, but it's not important for this demonstration. So I'm typing gedit, and I'm going to hit return, and I should get a graphical screen back. Great, there's a graphical screen. This is kind of like a notepad editor. I'll type something in. Okay, and you'll notice down here I have my terminal session on the taskbar, and I have the gedit program on the taskbar. I'm just going to put this gedit program, I'm going to put that down here, and here I'm on my terminal session, and if I hit enter, you see I can't get back to a $ prompt. The gedit program in a sense has my terminal session locked up because the gedit program is running in the foreground. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close this gedit program. Close without saving. And I see I got my $ prompt, and it even shows my little enters, a couple of enter keys I hit while I try to get the $ prompt back. Now, what you can do is I'm going to type gedit, and I'm going to put a little ampersand behind it. And this actually runs the program in the background. And you see I got my gedit program here. I can go ahead and type. And I'm going to put this down here so it's in the taskbar. And now if I go ahead and hit the enter key, I got my $ prompt back. Now if I want to run another program from this terminal session, I can type GNOME system monitor. This just happens to be a program that nothing magical about this program. It's just another program you can run. So if I type GNOME system monitor and I put that little ampersand sign in there, so it brings up the GNOME system monitor. And if I hit like resources, it'll tell me what the activity is on the different CPUs, which is kind of cool. And I'll put that in the background there, and then if I hit enter, I get another $ prompt, and that means that I can run another program. So anyways, that's a way that you can run multiple programs from your SSH session on one of the servers. Okay, so if I type exit, all those programs will go away. And sometimes when you type exit, it kind of like hangs, and so before it goes back to the x2go, and if you hit Control C, that'll disconnect you and you'll be good. Okay, so anyways, that's a way that you can connect to the x2go server, and you can go ahead and run some programs. Now you'll be running programs in your class, obviously, that you'll have specific instructions for. So I hope this was helpful, and thanks for listening.